Welcome to IAS Academy. Prior to the 2023 preliminary exam, we will cover 15 questions daily in a video. I have already uploaded 40 test series last year. So, let's start our session. Our first question is,
with reference to Mughal India, what are the differences between Jagirdar and Zamindar? Jagirdars were holders of land assignments in lieu of judicial and police duties, whereas Zamindars were holders of revenue rights without obligation to perform any duty other than revenue collection. That is incorrect. Land assignments to Jagirdars were hereditary and revenue rights of Zamindars were not hereditary. That is also incorrect. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. Here, answer to this question is option D. Neither one nor two of the statements are correct. In the Mughal Empire, Jagirdars were holders of land assignments in lieu of assigned duties towards the empire, such as police, judiciary, etc., while Zamindars, being holders of revenue rights, also had to render military duties and provide soldiers for the royal army, while also giving gifts to royal court. Hence, statement 1 is incorrect. During the Mughal Empire, Zamindars belonged to the nobility and formed the ruling class. Emperor Akbar granted them mansabs and their ancestral domains were treated as jagirs. Mansabdars who received payments through the land was known as jagirdars. The post of mansabdar was not hereditary, hence statement 2 is incorrect. So her answer to this question is option D. Question number 2. With reference to Swadeshi movement, consider the following statements. Statements are: it contributed to the revival of indigenous artisan crafts and industries. That is incorrect. The National Council of Education was established as part of Swadeshi movement. That is correct. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? Here, answer to this question is option B. Statement 2 only is correct. In August 1905, at Calcutta Town Hall, a massive meeting was held and the formal proclamation of Swadeshi movement was made. The message was propagated to boycott goods such as Manchester cloth and Liverpool salt. After the partition came into force, widespread opposition was shown by the people of Bengal by singing Vande Mataram. Decline in imports, Morley Minto reforms, establishment of Swadeshi institutions were the impact of Swadeshi movement. In August 1906, the National Council of Education was set up to organize the national education system as a part of Swadeshi movement. So her answer to this question is option B. Question number 3. With reference to land reforms in independent India, which one of the following statements is correct? The sealing laws were aimed at family holdings and not individual holdings. That is incorrect. The major aim of land reforms was providing agricultural land to all the landlords. That is correct. It resulted in cultivation of cash crops as predominant form of cultivation. That is incorrect. Land reforms permitted no exemption to ceiling limits. That is incorrect. So her answer to this question is option B. Since its independence in 1947, India has carried out many land reforms with the dual objective of economically uplifting the landless poor and bringing regulations in the agriculture industry. This land reforms program has evolved through different phases such as abolition of intermediaries, tenancy reforms, consolidation of land holdings, fixing ceilings on land holdings with certain exemptions, and to distribute surplus land among landless people. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question number 4. Building Kalyana Mandapas was a notable feature in the temple construction in the kingdom of. Options are Chalukya, Chandela, Rashtrakuta, Vijayanagara. Here, answer to this question is option D, Vijayanagara. Harihara and Bukha are the founders of Vijayanagara city in 1336 AD. The Hazara Ramaswamy temple and Vittalaswamy temple was built during this period. In the Vittalaswamy temple, pavilions or mandapas that were meant to celebrate the marriages of deities were known as Kalyana Mandapa. So her answer to this question is option D. Question number 5. With reference to Mia Tansen, which one of the following statement is not correct? Statements are: Tansen was the title given to him by Emperor Akbar. That is incorrect. So her answer to this question is option A. Tansen was the title given by Raja Vikramjit of Gwalior. Tansen was a court musician in the darbar of Raja Ramachandra. Tansen's musical abilities and studies gained widespread fame. This reputation brought him to the attention of Mughal Emperor Akbar, who sent messengers to Raja Ramachandra Singh requesting Tansen to join the musicians at the Mughal court. Akbar considered him as the Navaranas and gave him the title Mian, an honorific meaning learned man. So her answer to this question is option A. Question number 6. In India, extended producer responsibility was introduced as an important feature in which of the following? Options are the biomedical waste rules, the recycled plastic rules, the e-waste management and handling rules, the food safety and standard regulations. The answer to this question is option C, the e-waste rules. The e-waste rules place main responsibility of e-waste management on the producers of the electrical and electronic equipment by introducing the concept of extended producer responsibility, that is EPR. For better management of e-waste in Delhi, officials are to develop a system of incentives and disincentives to encourage the safe disposal of e-waste and ensure effective enforcement of EPR. This will include traditional waste collectors into the formal system for better collection and segregation of e-waste. The official also have plans for developing e-waste parks in time-bound manner for better management. So the answer to this question is option C. Question number 7. As per the solid waste management rules 2016 in India, which one of the following statement is correct? Statements are: waste generator has to segregate waste into 5 categories. That is incorrect. The rules are applicable to notified urban local bodies, notified towns and all industrial townships only. That is incorrect. The rules provide for exact and elaborate criteria for the identification of sites for landfills and waste processing facilities. That is correct. It is mandatory on the part of waste generator that the waste generated in one district cannot be moved to another district. That is incorrect. So the answer to this question is option C. Under the Solid Waste Management Rules 2016, responsibility of generator has been introduced to segregate waste into 3 categories: wet, dry and hazardous waste, and hand over segregated waste to authorized rag pickers or waste collectors or local bodies. Hence, statement A is incorrect. Waste processing facilities will have to be set up by all local bodies. Hence, statement B is incorrect. Further, the landfill sites should be certain distance away from rivers, ponds and airports or airbases. Hence, statement C is correct. The biodegradable waste should be processed, treated and disposed of through composting or biomethanation within the premises as far as possible. The residual waste shall be given to its waste collectors or agency as directed by the local authority. There is no such provision that makes it mandatory on the part of waste generator that the waste generated in one district cannot be moved to another district. Hence, statement D is incorrect. So, your answer to this question is option C. Question number 8. In the context of digital technologies for entertainment, consider the following statements. Statements are: in augmented reality, a simulated environment is created and the physical world is completely shut out. That is incorrect. It is virtual reality. In virtual reality, images generated from a computer are projected onto real objects or surroundings. That is incorrect. It is augmented reality. Augmented reality allows individuals to be present in the world and improves the experience using the camera of smartphone or PC. That is correct. Virtual reality closes the world and transposes an individual, providing complete immersion experience. That is correct. Which of the statement given above is or are correct? Here answer to this question is option B. Statement 3 and 4 are correct. Virtual reality immerses users in a fully artificial digital environment. Augmented reality is the technology that superimposes an image onto a user's view of the real world and enhances it with sound, touch and even smell. It's a combination of the real scene viewed by the user and virtual scene generated by the computer. Augmented reality is a technology that is going to blur the lines of reality. So, her answer to this question is option B. Question number 9. With reference to the recent developments in science, which one of the following statement is not correct? Functional chromosomes can be created by joining segments of DNA taken from cells of different species. That is incorrect. So, her answer to this question is option A, because functional chromosomes cannot be created using DNA taken from cells of different species. Hence, option 1 is not correct. Question number 10. Consider the following statements about Charter Act of 1813. Statements are: it ended the trade monopoly of East India Company in India except for trade in tea and trade with China. That is correct. It asserted the sovereignty of British Crown over the Indian territories held by the company. That is correct. The revenues of India were now controlled by British Parliament. That is incorrect. Which of the statements given above are correct? The answer to this question is option A. Statement 1 and 2 are correct. Charter Act of 1813 abolished the trade monopoly of the company in India. That is, The Indian trade was thrown open to all British merchants. However, it continued the monopoly of the company over trade in tea and trade with China. It asserted the sovereignty of British Crown over company's territories in India. So our answer to this question is option A. Question number 11. Consider the following statements. Statements are: the 44th Amendment to the Constitution of India introduced an article placing the election of Prime Minister beyond judicial review. That is incorrect because it was 39th Amendment. The Supreme Court of India struck down 99th Amendment to the Constitution of India as being violative of the independence of judiciary. That is correct. Which of the statement given above is or are correct? Here answer to this question is option B. Statement 2 only is correct. In 1975, Parliament passed 39th Amendment Act, which removed the authority of the Supreme Court to adjudicate petitions regarding elections of the President, Vice President, Prime Minister and Speaker of Lok Sabha. Instead, a body constituted by Parliament would be vested with the power to resolve such election disputes. So, option 1 is incorrect. Through the 99th Constitutional Amendment Act 2014, the National Judicial Commission Act was established to replace the collegium system for the appointment of judges. However, the Supreme Court upheld the collegium system and struck down the NJAC as unconstitutional on the grounds that the involvement of political executive in judicial appointment was against the principle of basic structure. That is, it was against independence of judiciary. So, statement 2 is correct. So, your answer to this question is option B. Question number 12. The Global Competitiveness Report is published by options are IMF, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, World Economic Forum, World Bank. Here, answer to this question is option C, World Economic Forum. The Global Competitiveness Report is a yearly report published by the World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum is a Swiss non-profit foundation established in 1971 based in Geneva, Switzerland. So, your answer to this question is option C. Question number 13. Which of the following adopted a law on data protection and privacy for its citizens known as General Data Protection Regulation? Options are Australia, Canada, European Union, United States of America. Here, answer to this question is option C, European Union. The primary aim of the General Data Protection Regulation is to give individuals control over their personal data. GDPR standardizes data protection law across European Union countries and imposes strict new rules on controlling and processing personally identifiable information. So, the answer to this question is option C. Question number 14. India signed a deal known as Action Plan for Prioritization and Implementation of Cooperation Areas in Nuclear Field with which of the following countries? Options are Japan, Russia, UK, USA. Here, answer to this question is option B, Russia. India and Russia signed Action Plan for Prioritization and Implementation of Cooperation Areas in Nuclear Field in 2018, and by this agreement, Russia will build 12 units of nuclear power plants in the next 20 years. So, her answer to this question is option B. Question number 15. Consider the following statements. Statements are: purchasing power parity exchange rates are calculated by comparing the prices of the same basket of goods and services in different countries. That is correct. In terms of PPP dollars, India is the 6th largest economy in the world. That is incorrect. Which of the statement given above is or are correct? Here, answer to this question is option A. Statement 1 only is correct. Purchasing power parity is a popular metric used by macroeconomic analysts that help them to compare different countries' currencies through a basket of goods approach. PPP helps allow them to compare the living standards between countries and also productivity. Hence, statement 1 is correct. In terms of PPP, India is the 3rd largest economy in the world in 2022. In terms of GDP, India is the 5th largest economy in the world in 2022. Hence, statement 2 is incorrect. So, her answer to this question is option A.
So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. We will continue with the next essay tomorrow.